Welcome to the third place game in girls action. Visiting team today on the scoreboard will be the Pauls Valley Lady Panthers, coached by Kelly Denton, assisted by Jason Germany and Josh Boynton. For the Lady Panthers, the 5'7" junior, number 5, Mallory Carter. 5'7" junior, number 11, Rachel Hamilton. 5'7" junior, number 14, Kate Taylor. 5'6" senior, number 21, Kylie Dignan. And a 5'11" senior, number 25, Maddie Fishback. Coached by Jacob Russell, assisted by Johnny Dodd, introducing the starting lineup for the Lindsay Leopardettes. At guard, a 5'3" junior, number 4, Gracie Bray. 5'5" sophomore, number 5, Abrielle Hobson. 5'6" sophomore, number 21, Brady Russell. 5'10" junior, number 44, Addison Dotson. 5'8" junior, number 20, Holly Barra. Good by Kate Taylor.
Please consolation game is underway. Pauls Valley jumps out to the early 3-0 lead, even though you would never know it based upon the color scheme. It looks so weird seeing the bright red. Used to Pauls Valley almost always in a maroon color, darker shade, kind of off purple. So we've got multiple teams here today. Duncan, Cash, Sulphur, Pauls Valley, all kind of rocking the same shade of red now. Girls enter the games each splitting their day 2 action with losses after winning initially for the tournament start. Lindsay had the unenviable task of trying to lock horns with top seed Harry yesterday. They lost 52-32. And then Pauls Valley, one of the 4A squads that's actually 10-2 on the season, dropped only their second game of the year yesterday in a heartbreaker against Chickasha, 35-34 in a ranked battle. The Chicks, likewise in Class 4A, number 9 squad. And so that was a pretty high-ranking battle yesterday. Leads us to where the girls are here today. It's a 4-0 lead now for the Lady Panthers. You're watching PNTV coverage of Day 3 action of the 2026 Hately Classic. I'd like to thank Pauls Valley National Bank for our sponsorship for the stream and coverage. Knocks down the three-pointer. Leopardettes on the board. Scores from earlier today on the girls' side of the bracket. Sulphur defeated Duncan 51-19 for 7th place. Cache victorious over Plainview 55-53 for 5th place. On the boys' bracket, Pauls Valley defeated Harris 73-63 for 7th. And Duncan victorious over Plainview 61-45. So 4 games final today, and this is our 5th game of the day. From here on out, all games will be at the new Leopard Arena, and so you'll be able to watch the girls and boys play back-to-back games for 3rd and 1st. Leopardette slowing the ball down, pulls back out to midcourt. Opportunity for Leopard fans to be able to watch both the girls and boys today in action. There will be a gap of 2 games in between, though. So it'll be interesting to see if the Leopard faithful stay out or go out to eat, go home, come back. Jam-packed lobby right now with both Duncan and Plainview leaving the facility. So it's been a busy 3 days. One of the rare tournaments to where there's 8 games each day, all 3 days, where a 7th place game takes place. So it gives a team an opportunity, instead of finishing 0-2 for the tournament, to leave at least with a win, 1-2. Unfortunately, a couple of teams will finish 0-3. Such was the case for the Hara boys and the Duncan girls. All right, Pauls Valley maintains possession of the ball. Tie ball game 4-4. Pauls Valley back on top, 6-4, and an opportunity to extend their lead. 2:55 remains. Going to have a reach-in foul call against the Leopardettes. Drives to the hoop, misses a one-handed shot. Another foul over the back. This one will result in free throws. Going to be flagged against number 20 for Lindsay. 25 at the free throw line to shoot. That is the fifth foul of the quarter against the Leopardettes, so Panthers will be in bonus the remainder of the quarter. Misses the first free throw. Three-point lead for Pauls Valley. Only two shots for the Leopards so far, a three-pointer and a free throw. Been a very quiet first quarter. Jump shot is off the mark, no good. And score it. The shot, rebound, pass, penetrates, and posts up. Another foul against Lindsay. Boy, they are just rolling, putting Pauls Valley at the line 3 consecutive touches. And back-to-back buckets. Fourth consecutive foul by the Leopards, now a double-digit lead after the made shot. And a 2 out of 3 opportunity for Pauls Valley for a three-point conversion. And here comes Pauls Valley going to the hoop. Wow. Fifth consecutive touch. There's going to be a foul. They will be at the free throw line to shoot. Five seconds remain before the end of the first quarter. And Lindsay finally gets a shot off. This time, again, another set of free throws. So, very odd combination of points. One 3-point shot made, 3 free throws made. Otherwise, it is all Pauls Valley in the first quarter. 14-6. We'll head to the second quarter coming up. You're watching PNTV coverage of the 2026 third place consolation game of the Hately Classic. Back to a 10-point lead for the Lady Panthers. Pivots. Thought she was going to put the shot up, chose not to. Largest lead of the game for Pauls Valley, 18-6, and stolen. She's going to take it coast to coast, switches hands, shifts up, puts the ball in, scores. Momentary error there on the scoreboard and panel, so 14-point lead, largest of the game, 20-6. Timeout called Leopardettes. Well, Leopardettes have gone ice cold, and Pauls Valley remains on fire. That is the difference in the game. Well, Lindsay scores and then turns right around and gets the ball back, turnover position, misses both shots. And Leopardettes will have an opportunity here to potentially get double-digit scores on the board. They've had 2 3-point shots and 3 free throws so far.
Russell returns. Ryan takes it in and still draw a foul.
And your halftime score 24-11, Pauls Valley over Lindsay.
Taylor with the basket.
You want to just go up here and get a bench?
All right, third quarter officially underway. Pauls Valley starts it just like they ended the second, immediately scoring, taking now a 15-point lead. Ooh, back-to-back hard plays. Free throw number one is no good and misses them both. Hustles for the ball, gets the rebound. Second shot opportunity goes. Pauls Valley rolling toward a potential third place consolation victory over the Lindsay Leopardettes. We'll have three more games coming up. All of those will be on the local Lindsay radio station. So if you want to watch those, you can follow them on KLB or KBP. Make sure I get the call center at KBLP. Got my P and an L backwards there. Sorry about that. Those will be doing the next three games. Those will feature Lindsay versus Sulphur for the boys' championship matchup, and then Cash Chickasha for the third place boys game. And then the girls' championship game will feature Chickasha versus Hera. So three games coming up. At the conclusion of this game, our coverage will be done after triple header coverage. Aaron's shot is no good for the Leopardettes. But they are able to sneak it down, come back, crossing midcourt. 6:15 remains. It has been Pauls Valley from the get-go. They've led throughout. Lindsay at one time had one 3-point shot and 3 free throws, and then they nailed their second 3-pointer, and then finally got a field goal, first of the 2-point variety throughout the game. So Leopardette stymied, Pauls Valley playing efficient, exceptionally well, crashing the boards, and just about knocking the net loose on the free throws. Boxes out, gives to rebound, 29-11, 18-point lead for the Panthers, largest of the game. The man defense that is flexed for Pauls Valley has been very efficient, and they have, in large part, been able to control the pace of play and tempo, relegating Lindsay to outside lane passing and occasional crossing backdoor. That was the right idea. Should have jumped up and kind of popped a little bit more in the air on the pass. I believe Lindsay will maintain possession. We'll have a player substitution for Pauls Valley. Number 3 enters the floor, and number 5 goes back to the bench. Pauls Valley is just, tearing them up from the floor up, so to speak. Any ball that's in play, they are snagging it and getting it. And Lindsay having a real difficult time getting into an offensive rhythm. Game recaps from earlier today on the girls' side of the bracket. Sulphur defeated Duncan 51-19 for 7th place. Cache victorious over Plainview 55-53 to take 5th place. In the boys' bracket, Pauls Valley defeated Harris 73-63 for 7th place, and Duncan 61-45 over Plainview for boys' 5th place consolation. Lindsay's struggles continue on the offensive side of the floor. Charges toward the bucket. Shot is no good. She will shoot a pair. 4:53 remains here in the third quarter. We'd like to thank Pauls Valley National Bank, our coverage sponsor for today's live stream and video highlights on PNTV. Nails the shot, and Pauls Valley just everything coming up gold. 22-point lead, largest of the game now for the Lady Panthers.
Lopez will go on for 2. So Carter returns. Paul's Valley. Hey, what? Give it up next.
Timeout, Leopardettes. 3:50 remains in the third quarter. Kicks the ball in, and we will square up and post up. Tries to cut back door, can't quite get the shot to fall. 1:30 and change to go before the end of the third quarter. Leopardettes running out of time to get this righted for the third place consolation game. Fouls over the back after missing the shot, and that has kind of been the way that it's been today. Just in and out. Inside of a minute to go, Lindsay with the ball. They trail by 22. She drives, loses possession, turnover, Leopardettes. Here come the Lady Panthers. See if this is a charge. And it is. So Lindsay will have another crack at the final shot, potentially of the quarter. Substitution for the Panthers, or correction, for the Lady Panthers. Number 35 heads to the bench. Number 5 on the floor. Second team foul against number 14. And so another turnover. So Lindsay has the ball back-to-back touches, both turnovers. Well, the teams just don't want to shoot this ball, I'm afraid. Lindsay with a third opportunity to close out the third quarter and a third turnover in back-to-back-to-back plays. This is 5 consecutive turnovers by the teams if you count the charge and then the errant passes. So each team now with 3 opportunities apiece. In the last 30 seconds, misses the shot, gets the rebound, puts it up, no good. Battle for the boards. That is a hard foul. Jump ball is the call, but I would have called that one a foul. And we're going to have possession arrow favoring Lindsay, 6.7 seconds to go. Just my 2 cents worth. I would have called that a foul. But hopefully Pauls Valley girl no worse for wear. She is down on the floor. Took a hard drop after the girls were contesting the rebound. Lost her possession of her footing and hit really hard on her back. So hopefully she is okay. Well, good to see her up. Definitely tell she is in some pain. Definitely favoring her right hip. And nothing else probably knocked the wind out of her. And it definitely was a tussle going toward the ball. They each had a block out trying to put on the other and got their feet tangled up and both came off the ground. Five, 4 doesn't pass it, turns it over for a 4th consecutive time. Wow. Unfortunately, Lindsay just cannot get a sequence off without a turnover or an errant pass. And this is going to give Pauls Valley a freebie at it. They missed the long range jumper. Your score through three: Pauls Valley 33, Lindsay 11. You're watching day three action of the 2026 Hately Classic on Prep Nation TV. Well, that's the first bucket that Lindsay has had in a significant amount of playtime. So this is just going to be one of those losses to where hopefully it'll another timeout call by the coach. 6:06 remains. Number 20, that should be her fifth and final foul. So I think we have a player foul out here. Timeout called. It is a 21-point lead for Pauls Valley. Lady Panthers marching toward a third place consolation victory. Well, the cheer squads are out in full force today. I don't know if you can see them, but they are mob deep over here for Pauls Valley. And Lindsay's crew a little bit shorter today. I've seen usually about double, triple that amount, but obviously a bunch of the girls are on the basketball team right now, and they will be back out again for the evening game. Third place game for the boys will follow this. That'll be on the radio station, and it'll feature Cash Bulldogs versus the Chickasha Chicks. And then it'll be Championship Saturday at Leopard Arena. The girls' matchup will feature the top seed Hera Lady Panthers. Hard to see anybody beating them. They're undefeated and very, very good. They'll play the Chickasha Fighting Lady Chicks. And then the boys' championship game will feature Lindsay Leopards versus the Sulphur Bulldogs. So I pretty much figured that would probably be the pairing. Haven't really had many surprises. However, we have had a couple of upsets. Just can't quite keep a hold of the ball off the fingertips of number 5. So Lindsay will have a kick in by the bottom part of the backboard. 5:54 remains. Ooh, could have been a walk. Dodson driving. Another walk. Yep, Lindsay got by with the first one. The double hop gets them the second time. And it is another Leopardette turnover. 5:44 remains here. I'd like to thank our coverage sponsor, Pauls Valley National Bank, for our live stream and video highlights today. At the conclusion of this game, we will pull the feed and then generate the highlights of the game. You can find that on our Prep Nation channel. All you have to do is go to YouTube, click subscribe. It is free. Panthers cross midcourt, ready to set the ball up. Double dish. Lunges back toward the midline. Everything outside the perimeter. She's going to take the three, contested, and nails it. Well, Mama said there'd be days like this, and it has been one of those days for Lindsay. Everything going right for Pauls Valley, and they are going to cruise control into the third place game. Free throw is good. Substitution, Lady Panthers, number 4 on the floor, 3 heads to the bench. And Dodson drops them both. Down to 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Oh, perfectly swings and swats it back out to the jump shooter. She misses it. Third shot opportunity coming up for the Panthers. They kick the ball. They're driving, penetrating, trying to get an isolation read outside the arc. So they're going to take their time, isolate reads, goes up, puts the shot in play. We will have a block check foul. Number 14 will shoot a pair. Foul against, I believe, number 13, her third in the game. Free throw number 1 is good. A very young and inexperienced Leopardette squad struggling portions of the season. 1 win away from cracking 500. They won't be able to do it today, so they'll fall to 5-7. Only 2 losses on the season for Pauls Valley, and they definitely look to be a playoff caliber squad. Whether or not they'll make it into areas or state, That remains to be seen, but much of the season still ahead of them. Be a couple more weeks of invitational tournaments, and then all roads will lead to the new OG&E Coliseum. If you haven't driven by, the old Jim Norick Arena has now been torn down, and the new OG&E Coliseum will have about 1,000 less seats, which is shocking. Instead of calling it the bigger house, it's going to be the smaller house. However, there will be a plethora of high-end, cost-prohibitive, business-friendly corporation suites for you to spend a whole lot of money to watch the game that normally you could have watched much cheaper. 39-15 is the score. Leopardettes with the one-hander. At this point, if you're the Leopardettes, you probably want to just try to get this lead under 20, crack 20 points yourself, and try to just get a couple of defensive stops here and some positive offensive plays. The one thing that has kind of been a microcosm of the game has been yesterday's loss, poor free throw shooting doing them. Today, it's been the lack of shot selections and turnovers, a just plethora amount, just multitudes. Probably double digits yesterday in missed free throws, double digits today in wild passes. Leopardettes have been unable to get into a rhythm as a result. Double substitution for the teams. $30 in for 5 for Pauls Valley, 45 for 44 on Lindsay's side. That is the fourth team foul against number 25, in large part why she's heading to the bench. Don't think it's going to necessarily matter. Leopards hit 1 of 2. It's 39-18, 3:45 to go. And to the hoop she goes. Oh! Nice sportsmanship there. Both trying to make a play, one drive, one steal, and occasionally those collapses and collisions happen. Leopardettes will be in bonus rest of the quarter. That is the third team foul on number 14 for the Panthers. Free throw is good. And back-to-back. Leopardettes cracked 20. They now trail by 21. 41-20 is the score. 3:25 remains in the ballgame. Three-point shot is off the mark. Here comes Lindsay. It is a 1-on-2. Kicks it back out. Jump shot is up. On its way. No good. And the air ball rebounded by Pauls Valley. Here come the Lady Panthers. They're going to try to set a pick. We may have a defensive check foul. And she is going to give the third team foul. Should be a kick in here underneath the bucket. So Leopardette still with another foul to burn before both teams are in double bonus. Top of the key, pass is broken up, stolen by Lindsay. Here comes Miller, kicks it out, crosses midcourt. 2:56 to go, double team ball. And, goes off the fingertips of the dribbler. So turnover Leopardette. Substitution now, number 22 enters the game. And we'll have an entire roster replacement. All starters will be heading to the bench. There had been another player off a six-man rotation due to foul trouble, so Panthers will enjoy their hard work today. Starters build a 21-point lead. Chases down, steals the ball, free for all. We may have a jump ball coming, and possession arrow favors the Leopardettes. Ooh, just tough defense. This one's going to end up in an offensive defensive turnover with a reach-in foul against number 15. That'll put the Leopardettes back at the line. Oh, it's not going to be called a foul. I misspoke. All right. I really thought they were going to whistle her for that rollover. Another errant pass. Lindsay gets the steal, having a hard time maintaining possession of the ball. Oh, backcourt violation. Yep, she just hopped right before it. 2 minutes remain in the ball game. We have got something here. Somebody's, I don't know if that's candy or a button that's just circling around. Almost a funnel effect behind me here, just circling and circling. All right, 1:45 to go. Into the paint with authority. We're going to have a defensive check foul, and that will officially put both teams in bonus rest of the game. Just a reminder, if you want to watch the remaining 3 games today, the other third place game for the boys and then both championship games, those will be streamed on KBLP, a local radio station here in Lindsay, Oklahoma, owned by my friend Kevin Suggs. And so Scruggs, all you have to do is just basically download their app or go to their site, and that will start in approximately 10 minutes after the conclusion of this game. This will be our final game to cover for the tournament this year. Free throw is up and no good. Leopardettes with a rebound. They're going to dribble and cross midcourt, and ball is whacked away, hits the scoreboard. Turnaround jumper is no good. No good on the shot, however. The foul is called. 2 free throws coming up. 1:18 remains. Nothing but net. And back-to-back. Beautiful free throw stroke. Crosses midcourt, 1:15 to go. 23-point lead. So the reserves have come in and actually extended the 21-point lead. Contested ball. We do have a reach-in foul call. 1:04 remains. Not sure how neither referee saw that was a foul that would require shooting. But it's happened a couple of times in the games where both of them unaware that it's a free throw. The players just had to go and set it up for them to give them the ball to shoot. Substitution for the Panthers, number 20 in, number 2 heads to the bench. So every player now for Pauls Valley has played and been on the floor. That's always a recipe for victory. Hits 1 of 2 on the free throws, 43-21, and we're now down to a minute to go before final game. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, watching Prep Nation TV coverage throughout this year's 2026 Charles Haitley Classic here at Lindsay, Oklahoma, a fixture in this area for many, many years. Leopardettes will maintain possession in the corner with 49 seconds to go. We're going to have another player substitution, so back on the floor for Caldwell. She'll enter the game, number 30, to close it out. Posts up, and shot is just no good. Gets her own rebound, floats the shot, does not go. Free throw shooting much better today for Lindsay. Unfortunately, what killed them was poor shooting and way too many turnovers, and just a very effective strategy for Pauls Valley to dart in and out by the free throw line, kick it back out. They nailed the outside shots to pull Leopard defenders out. They made the inside shots to force them to have to choose, and as a result, excellent free throw shooting, excellent field goals, free throws, three-pointers, steals, defense, everything on point today for the Lady Panthers as they rebound after only their second loss on the season. 43-22 is our present score. About 30 seconds to go here. We'll see if the Panthers turn it over, and they do. And 25 seconds. Shot is no good. Just off her fingertips, and it'll go out of bounds. Possession will go to Pauls Valley. So all they have to do pretty much is just drain the remaining 14 seconds, and we'll have a final score of 43-22. Congratulations to the Pauls Valley Lady Panthers. They are your third place consolation winners. Shot is no good, and that'll do it. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great evening. Enjoy your Saturday.
You got any seat?